So the House passed the unconstitutional two gun bills today. One of them closes the Charleston loophole. They call it the Charleston loophole because what happened was that idiot in Charleston, South Carolina. There was a lot of controversy after him about the Confederate flag. Go figure. But anyway, he was able to pass. I don't think he was able to pass a background check, but the background check thing somehow expired or something, and he was able to get his hand, because it expired, he was able to get his hand on a gun and kill 9 people inside of a church. He was a confirmed white supremacist. That guy was a white supremacist. That guy is not what I stand for. I mean, I'm a Confederate flag supporter. I got Southern heritage. But that guy is not, that's an actual white supremacist. But anyway, he was actually the first person in U.S. history to be given a death sentence for a hate crime in America, federally. So they called it the Charleston loophole. Basically what it is, I'm pretty sure, is if not the waiting period, you go to get a background check. If it takes more than 48 hours, it expires, you're able to pick up the gun. The Charleston loophole closes that. It closes that loophole. Okay? So now, if the time expires, you still can't get the gun. So according to libtards, 75,000 people since 1998 were able to get a firearm from the so-called Charleston loophole. The other thing they passed, now it passed in the House, I think, I'm not 100% sure, but I think it was 206 to 204, something like that, last time I checked. 2 Democrats at least voted no. A lot of Republicans voted no. So we got at least 2 Democrats on our side. That's hard to believe, but it's believable. The other thing was background checks on every single solitary gun sale, period. Transfer, whatever, doesn't matter. If, I'm 38 years old. Let's say that how old is my brother? I can't remember. 35? Yeah, whatever. I think he's 35. But anyway, if I wanted to let my 35-year-old brother borrow a gun from me, just borrow, and he's legally able to because, pass background check. He's never been arrested, whatever. It's a family issue. It's my private property. I'm letting somebody borrow my private property. Shouldn't be an issue. Well, that stupid background check law, for all you idiots saying, background checks on all guns. No, it's more than that. There's illegal, unconstitutional legislation, okay, little itty-bitty language written in this bill that clearly violates the Second Amendment. So under that bill that passed today, I have to go to a gun store. My brother has to get a background check before I can let my brother borrow my gun. That's idiocy. Okay? A background check, and I don't know what these libtards say. Well, what are you worried about a background check? It's not the background check I'm worried about. But they keep adding stuff to the background check. What are they going to add? Are you a Trump supporter? They're talking about adding, doing social media checks in the background check. Well, that's a violation of the First Amendment. What people do on social media, that's their social media. That's express yourself, right? That's a clear violation of the First Amendment. And the Fourth Amendment, due process, because you've already been convicted without due process. And the Second Amendment, denying your right to defend yourself because you might have said the word fuck on Twitter, or you might have said a racial slur on social media 8 years ago, like Keemstar did. Hey, I'm not going to lie. I'm no saint. But anyway, so it now moves on to the Senate. We got 50 majority. The Senate's 50-50. The last bill, you had one Republican who didn't show up, and the COVID relief thing passed 50-49 because one Republican didn't show up because of he had a family issue. I know there's got to be at least one good Democrat out there on the Senate. I'm looking, I want to say 51-49 on our side, that this thing will not pass the Senate. I want to say. If that other asshole, which please show up, we can do a 50-50 split, and then it goes in a filibuster. But with the asshole Democrats in charge of you got Kamala Harris and you got the pedophile Biden, this could be signed off. That's why we need the Convention of the States. We got to go back to the 10th Amendment. I'm not worried. I live in a sanctuary Second Amendment county, which pretty much says we're going to defy the federal government, which legally and constitutionally we can. Our founding fathers were smart, that if the federal government becomes out of control, we have a legal right to defy them. Okay? If the federal government says, fuck you, Rob, you cannot protect yourself with the gun because we want you to die, as Antifa tries to hit you in the head with the skateboard, and I can't defend myself with the gun, I just got to sit there like, oh, as Antifa hits me in the head with the skateboard, and I can't defend myself. That's basically what the federal government is telling me. Die. Fuck you. Fuck you. I have a God-given right to defend myself. And for anybody that supports these bills, fuck you. And fuck you to the 206 Dumbocrats, at least, that voted yes on this bullshit. And if you support any of those 206 Dumbocrat retards, libtards, fuck you again. I will never lose my guns in a boating accident. Okay? Get my face. A lot of conservatives, I lost my guns in a boating accident. My guns will never be gone in a boating accident. I'm hanging on to them. Message to the ATF. Follow the Constitution or go fuck yourself. It's very fucking simple. You took an oath to the Constitution. Abide by it. Or not. You took an oath to defend the Constitution, not the dickheads in D.C. Have some fucking balls! I don't care what happens. No sanctuary, Second Amendment sanctuary counties, states against me, whatever. I will never hand over my guns. Come and fucking take it. I don't care what the pedophile in chief says. I don't care what the Gretchen Hitler says. I don't care what anybody says. Come and motherfucking take it, bitch.